Buster Crabbe was an Olympic swimmer who used his career as an athlete to start up a career in the entertainment industry. He became known for performing in a variety of serials. Some of the iconic roles he played include Tarzan and Buck Rogers. Towards the end of his life, he became a successful businessman after the acting gigs started drying up. Join Factsverse as we explore how Buster Crabbe got his big break in Tarzan the Fearless. Buster Crabbe was born February 7, 1908, in Oakland, California. His father was a real estate broker, and the family moved to Hawaii while Buster was still young. It was there that he became passionate about swimming. He graduated from high school and returned to California for schooling. He attended the University of Southern California and swam on the school's swim team. By the time he came of age, he was so good at swimming, he was able to become an Olympian. He competed in the Olympics twice. The first time was in the 1928 Summer Olympics held in Amsterdam. He won a bronze medal, which inspired him to keep going. At that point, he was still in college. By the time he competed in the 1932 Summer Olympics, he had graduated. Those were held in Los Angeles. He won a gold medal at that Olympics. That made him a bit of a celebrity, and it wasn't hard for him to use this newfound celebrity status to start up a career in Hollywood. It was a direct result of his gold medal in the 1932 Summer Olympics that he was cast as the character of Tarzan in 1933's Tarzan the Fearless. It was a 12-part film serial, though it wasn't the first featuring the character of Tarzan. A year before that, 1932's Tarzan the Ape Man had featured actor Johnny Weissmuller in the role of Tarzan. That was the product of a different studio, and the Buster Crabbe starring Tarzan the Fearless was an attempt to cash in on that serial's success. The role of Tarzan got Buster's foot in the door. Like Buster Crabbe, Johnny Weissmuller was an Olympic swimmer who had won a gold medal. The Tarzan films starring him were produced until the late 1940s, but no more Tarzan films resulted for Buster Crabbe after Tarzan the Fearless. Still, playing the character of Tarzan got his foot in the door, and it was the start of an impressive career. Tarzan the Fearless proved that Buster knew how to play Tarzan-type characters well. That led to him playing several more men of the jungle on the big screen. In 1933, he played the lead in an adventure film called King of the Jungle. In 1941, he played the lead in another adventure film called Jungle Man. Both movies were further attempts by studios to cash in on the success of Tarzan. In 1933's The Sweetheart of Sigma Chi, Buster Crabbe got to grace the screen alongside Golden Age legend Betty Grable. The two starred alongside each other again in 1939's $1 Million Legs. In 1936, Universal Pictures cast Buster to play the lead in a film serial. This was based upon the comic strip character Flash Gordon. Though Buster had essentially lost the role of Tarzan to Johnny Weissmuller, he was able to keep the role of Flash Gordon to himself for several years. Buster appeared in a total of 3 Flash Gordon film serials for Universal by the time the 1940s came around. In 1940, he was given the chance to perform as a swimmer at the second year of the New York World's Fair. Weissmuller had originally been scheduled to perform, but had to drop out. Though Buster and Johnny competed with each other a significant amount over the course of their careers in the entertainment industry, they also shared the screen together a couple times. What Buster did during World War II. Over the course of the 1940s, Buster Crabbe was a busy man. He was cast to play the lead in a series of films based on Western legend Billy the Kid. 42 of these films were produced from 1940 to 46, though 23 of them changed the name of Billy the Kid to Billy Carson to avoid legal trouble. Buster Crabbe played the character of Billy in 36 of the 42 films. The original actor to play the character was named Bob Steele. Buster Crabbe's time playing Billy the Kid overlapped with World War II. Buster was well into his 30s by the time America got involved in the war, and he was also married with children. Because of this, he wasn't drafted to fight overseas, but he was asked to star in a handful of training films. In addition to Buster Crabbe's, these films also featured Al St. John, who played Buster's on-screen sidekick throughout the Billy the Kid series of films. After World War II ended, Buster continued working in the industry. In 1946, he was given the chance to grace the screen alongside Johnny Weissmuller. The two had both made a name for themselves as men of the jungle. However, 1946's Swamp Fire was the first in which the two jungle men were given the chance to face off. The film proved a success. The two went on to share the screen once again in 1950's Captive Girl. 1952 saw Buster act in his very last film serial. This was King of the Conga, which Buster played yet another jungle man. Over the course of the 1950s, Buster made the transition from film serials to children's television. Buster's transition to the small screen. Early in the 50s, Buster was given his own local children's show in New York City. This was called the Buster Crabbe Show. In addition, archival footage of Buster's time in serials was often used on an NBC children's series called The Gabby Hayes Show. In 1952, he began hosting a TV program called Sports Final with Buster Crabbe. After flirting with television success numerous times, Buster Crabbe finally found his calling on the small screen when he was cast to play the titular role in 1955's Captain Gallant of the Foreign Legion. This series lasted from 1955 to 1957 and also featured Buster's real-life son in a supporting role. Captain Gallant of the Foreign Legion was a modest hit, but by the time the series was over, Buster was past the peak of his career. One of his last notable roles was in an episode of the 1979 TV series Buck Rogers in the 25th Century. The episode paid homage to Buster's time portraying Flash Gordon. Another of his final appearances in the media came as a result of a commercial for Continental Airlines. Like the Buck Rogers episode, this commercial paid homage to Buster's time as Flash. After Captain Gallant ended, Buster decided he no longer had a future in the entertainment industry. Instead, he believed his future was in the world of business. He became the successful owner of a company that built swimming pools, though he still continued to show up on the screen every once in a while during his later years as a businessman. In 1965, he was inducted into the International Swimming Hall of Fame for the contributions he made to the sport. Buster suffered a personal tragedy in the 1950s. Buster Crabbe was only married once, and that marriage lasted for half a century. His wife was named Abba Virginia Held, and the two were married from 1933 to 1983. The two of them had 3 children. 2 were daughters named Sandy and Susan. The third was a boy named Cullen. Tragically, Sandy passed away in 1957 after suffering from anorexia. Buster Crabbe passed away in 1983 from a heart attack. He was 75 years old. Now it's time to hear from you. Did you ever see Buster Crabbe's version of Tarzan? What's your favorite memory of him? Let us know in the comments section below.